I'm trying to put things together pretty quickly because I'm going to get out this morning and help a neighbor rake their leaves. So can't stay for too long. Actually, I'm recording. We weren't even recording. Hello and welcome to the What I Need podcast. This is a morning edition, so good morning. I'm happy to be with you guys here today, and we're just here for a short little meditation session. Get ourselves right, little get right morning. Get right, get right. Okay, so that's what you want to do before you leave the home. Is make sure that body, mind, and spirit have interconnected and intertwined, have function together in the universe. And it just feels good. A cup of coffee, candle, your favorite morning moisturizer, mygreenbodywellness.com, shameless plug. So we'll start off with a little bit of gratitude from Green Body. It is a shea butter product from my good friend Courtney Garner, made with intention for gratitude. So as we rub some oil in our hands, maybe some lotion, whatever, we're just gonna put that on our face as a form of self-care, smiling. As a quick form of self-care and self-love. And just feel that as you're putting on, your morning oils or lotions, your morning lotions. I have from the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Be impeccable with your word. Cultivate faith. To have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will, is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger. Life and death in the power of the tongue. So be impeccable with your word. Here's some other words that I have from Faith, Hope, and Love, an inspirational treasury of quotes. I love this book. I got this from MLK Thrift. Very nice little read, very simple. And it contains quotes from poets, authors, saints, and all kind of wonderful people that have walked the earth with something to say. It says, to get into the core of God at his greatest, one must first get into the core of himself or herself. At his least, okay, so let me read that over again. One must first get into the core of himself at his least. For no one can know God who has not first known himself. No one can know God who has not first known themselves. And I really agree with that statement. I think, teachings of Buddha reflect this. Teachings of Jesus reflect this. These people walked the earth thousands of years ago. People still talk about them today. People still quote them today. Do you know anybody else like that? So anyway, we won't get into a heavy religious conversation, but a lot of times on this show we are talking about spirituality, but we give props to master teachers and their teachings, because it do work. Okay, so I'm going to start us off here with our 3 instrumental breaths, along with singing bowl, to just get us in the vibe. Deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. In through the nose. Make sure back, neck, and shoulders are not tense. Out through the mouth. In. And out. Continuing our breathing, slow and paced, steady and rhythmic. Hands can be on either knee in the lotus position. It can be in your lap. Feel free at this time to get any rotation of the arm and shoulder if you're sitting down like this. In this moment, we are taking an intentional moment to feel good. And you can say that in your mind or aloud. I'm taking an intentional moment to feel good. Perhaps there was a situation of yesterday that you felt in conflict with. In this moment, if you happen to have any conflictory thoughts, I want you to mentally disengage, taking a metaphysical step back from the situation, observing thoughts that may be chattering or not, without judgment at this time. taking mental inaction. Because you are allowed to. Because you have the spiritual right to not interact and judge every single thought that runs through your mind, your thoughts running through your mind. You don't have to wrangle with them every second of the day. You don't have to figure them out every single second of the day. In fact, right now, you are taking an intentional moment to feel good. Not even telling the thoughts, ain't nobody got time for that. That would still be an argument. Even to engage in any way, rebuttals, sorting out, making sense of, defensive mind, off defensive mind chatter that sometimes we can bring back to the chatterings. That's what it wants you to do. That's what its agenda is. For you to say, oh, that's not right. Let me think about that and sort that thought out. Not even that. Complete non-judgment. Non-interaction. We can envision ourselves as, this isn't going to make any sense probably, but we can envision ourselves as Buddhic followers of Martin Luther King at a civil rights sit-in. We are not interacting with the engagements there of racism and vitriol, prejudice. We are going to do a demonstration and turn the other cheek up in there. But as we sit down where supposedly we're not allowed, as we sit down in peace, and they had individuals that were telling them to get up and join into a conflict that had been going on. Their objective was to show a peaceful demonstration. Right now, you are peaceful demonstrating. Peaceful demonstration. Taking on now, for the thoughts in mind, a Christ-like stance, for those thoughts, for they know not what they do. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. In the mind, to the thoughts, non-judgment. oh, well, it said this. It was really a terrible thing. It said, we forgive that thought. We have no judgment for that. We sit in peace. We sit up in a peaceful vibe of Martin Luther King. We sit up in a peaceful vibe of Gautama Buddha. We sit up in a peaceful vibe of Yahshua ben Joseph, Jesus the Christ. Let's go on to 3 conclusion instrumental breaths. Thank you so much for joining this morning. And into the nose. Holding. And out. In through the nose. Hold. Out. Here we go. In. There's a conscious power in you. There's a conscious power in me. What it allows us to do, as I like to say, is sit up in peace. Sit up in peace. Sit up all the way up in peace. And allow yourself to do that. Remember master teachers. Remember one of them, remember 2 of them, remember 3, 4, 5 of them, if you have to. So they walked the earth for a reason. They taught us wonderful, amazing things for a reason. And if you were with me and engaging in that practice right now, you know what I'm talking about. I thank you so much for joining us on today's episode of Meditation with Karlton. Namaste, have a blessed day. Namaste, Ashe, hallelujah. Peace out.